Buying a home is exciting. It can also be one of the biggest financial decisions many people ever make. And while buyers often focus on the obvious things, price, location, monthly payment, square footage, number of bedrooms, there's another side of the process that matters just as much. That side is risk. Because sometimes a home can look fantastic online. The photos are bright, the kitchen is updated, the staging is perfect, the price looks reasonable. Maybe the open house is busy and there's a sense of urgency. But behind attractive photos and fresh paint, there can be warning signs buyers overlook every day. Some red flags are expensive, some are stressful, some create delays, and some simply mean the home may not be the right fit for your goals. Today we're walking through the biggest red flags buyers should watch for before making an offer, during a showing, while reviewing disclosures, and during the inspection period. This isn't about becoming fearful or suspicious of every house you see. It's about learning how to spot patterns, ask smarter questions, and make decisions with confidence. Because the smartest buyers are not always the ones who move fastest. They're usually the ones who notice what others ignore. Let's begin with one of the most common traps: price. If a home is significantly cheaper than similar homes nearby, buyers naturally get interested. That makes sense. Maybe you think, this is my chance. This one is undervalued. I need to move fast before someone else gets it. Sometimes that happens. But other times, lower pricing may reflect concerns such as condition issues, functional problems, financing limitations, legal complications, or a deliberate pricing strategy designed to attract multiple offers. That's why price alone should never determine whether a home is a bargain. Instead, compare condition relative to nearby homes, lot size, layout functionality, updates and age of systems, market time, seller motivation, when known, overall desirability factors. A low price can be an opportunity, but it can also be an invitation to investigate further. The goal isn't to avoid lower-priced homes. The goal is to understand why the price is lower. One of the clearest red flags in real estate is deferred maintenance. That means the home may have gone years without proper upkeep. Sometimes buyers dismiss this because the issues seem cosmetic. Dirty gutters, peeling trim paint, worn flooring, broken fixtures, overgrown landscaping, missing caulking, aging appliances. But these visible items matter because they can reveal ownership habits. If routine maintenance was delayed, what about the roof? What about plumbing leaks? What about ventilation? What about heating and cooling systems? A house does not need to be perfect to be a great purchase, but a pattern of neglect should cause buyers to slow down and gather more information. Sometimes deferred maintenance is manageable and reflected in the price. Sometimes it becomes a chain reaction of repairs after closing. If there's one category of issue buyers should take seriously, it's water. Water intrusion can create damage quietly over time. Watch for ceiling stains, soft spots in flooring, musty smells, fresh paint in isolated areas, warped trim, mold-like discoloration, standing water near foundation, poor drainage outside. Some water issues are minor and already repaired. Others may point to roof leaks, plumbing failures, crawl space moisture, drainage problems, or repeated intrusion. The challenge with water is that damage can be hidden. A room may look clean while moisture sits behind drywall. That doesn't mean panic. It means investigate thoroughly during the due diligence process with qualified inspectors or specialists if recommended. Water ignored today can become a very expensive project later. Another common red flag is a home that looks freshly renovated, but only on the surface. Again, not every remodel is a problem. Many homes are improved beautifully by skilled contractors and thoughtful owners. But some renovations prioritize appearance over workmanship. Watch for uneven tile lines, poor cabinet alignment, loose fixtures, doors that don't latch properly, cheap materials dressed up to look premium, paint over damage, inconsistent finishes room to room. Fresh design can distract buyers. Quartz counters and trendy lighting don't tell you whether plumbing was updated correctly. Modern staging doesn't reveal if permits were needed or obtained where required. The lesson here is simple. Don't let style replace substance. Appreciate upgrades, but still inspect systems, workmanship, and overall quality. Many buyers spend hours looking at photos and minutes reading disclosures. That can be a mistake. Seller disclosures may contain useful information about known conditions or past events involving the property. Depending on jurisdiction and form type, disclosures may reference matters such as past leaks, repairs, drainage concerns, structural movement, sewer or septic issues, neighborhood notices, boundary matters, insurance claims history, if disclosed. These documents are not a replacement for inspections, but they can help buyers ask better questions. If something seems vague, incomplete, or concerning, slow down and seek clarification through the proper channels. Some buyers lose money not because the issue was hidden, but because they never carefully reviewed what was already provided. Structural concerns can range from minor settling to major repair needs. Buyers should never diagnose these issues themselves, but they should notice potential warning signs. Examples include large cracks in foundation walls, doors sticking repeatedly, sloped floors, windows difficult to open, separation at trim lines, visible movement concerns. Some older homes naturally settle and perform well for decades. Others may need evaluation. The key is not assuming every crack means disaster, or assuming every crack means nothing. This is where professional evaluation matters most. When structural concerns exist, good information is worth more than guesswork. Sometimes the house is fine. The issue is everything around it. Location concerns are personal, but buyers should evaluate them honestly. Examples: heavy traffic noise, nearby commercial activity, flood or drainage patterns, challenging commute routes, limited parking, future construction nearby, unusual lot placement, privacy limitations. This is not about judging areas or communities. It's about fit. A buyer who works nights may care deeply about daytime noise. Another buyer may love convenience over privacy. Another may prioritize walkability. The point is this: don't buy a house based only on the inside. Livability includes what happens outside the walls. Some of the biggest red flags aren't in the property. They're in the buyer mindset. Watch yourself if you start thinking, I have to win this house no matter what. I don't care what inspection says. I'll figure it out later. I'm tired of looking, just buy something. Fatigue causes mistakes. Competition causes emotional decisions. Fear of missing out causes overcommitment. A smart buyer knows when to stay excited and when to pause. Sometimes the best purchase you ever make is the house you chose not to buy. No house is perfect. Even great homes can have issues. The goal is not to find perfection. The goal is to understand what you're buying, what risks are manageable, and what concerns deserve more investigation. When buyers know what red flags to watch for, they make better decisions, negotiate more confidently, and avoid costly surprises. If you're planning to buy, surround yourself with qualified professionals. Licensed real estate representation, inspectors, lenders, and specialists when needed. And if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and check out our other videos where we explain real estate in plain English, without the nonsense. Because smart buyers don't just shop harder, they shop smarter.